Hello guys, this is a video walkthrough of the standard room at Plaza, and this is Let's Enjoy Vegas in an Inexpensive Way series. You know, Plaza in downtown Vegas is one of the cheapest, least expensive, most inexpensive resorts in Vegas, in downtown Vegas for sure, but in Vegas. And let me just take a look, show you what it is. I mean, you'll be surprised. Well, I suppose I should really go out a little bit and just show you the corridor. Just a second. I checked in relatively early, so I really want to leave my bags here and just continue going back on to the strip and continue with the videos. So I'm going to have to be relatively brief, and my point is that when I checked in, I took the first room that they gave me, provided that it was as close as possible to the gym, meaning on the same tower, in the same tower, because the gym here is open 24 hours, which is fantastic, really. But I just don't want to, you know, walk around in gym clothes, and it's just, I don't want to go through a whole casino. So I asked for the same tower, and this is the South Tower, and so, you know, I'm pretty happy. The problem is that as soon as I was coming from here, as soon as I left, well, actually, as soon as I got into the lift, the elevator, there was a pervasive smell of septic, I suppose, and I didn't like that at all. Then I continued to walk along the corridor, and I continued to smell it. And I think it's overall pervasive, the whole area. Not as bad as my experience the last time when I was at Golden Nugget, but it isn't great. Maybe because it's an old building, I don't know. Or maybe because it's just a temporary septic reason. But nonetheless, it wasn't fun. So this is the elevator area. You can go this way, or you can go this way. And I went this way. Usually I ask for a room towards the end of the corridor, but as I said, today I wasn't really fussy because I really want to do as many videos as possible. And but I just want you to know that you could choose the North Tower, and you could choose a room that overlooks downtown, you know, like Fremont Street. Personally, I'm happy where I am because when they have the bands, and this is the weekend, it just gets so noisy, so noisy. I think I'll still hear them, but it won't be quite so loud. Anyway, so here we go. So there is this little pervasive smell of septic, but it's really mild, okay? I don't want to put anybody off because it's not fair. It's not, I got used to it 2 seconds into the room, and it's not that bad at all. So the room is very, very large, I mean spacious. I've just come from Gold Coast, you know, this is really, many of you actually have asked me to review inexpensive resorts and inexpensive choices and inexpensive options. And I think these are more in demand than the expensive ones, maybe because everybody that wants, you know, that, I don't know, is happy to blow, say, I don't know, $300 for a room, and then, you know, maybe a couple of $1,000s for a couple of nights. They are not quite going to spend too much time on the internet checking things out. This is just my guess. Either that or you guys are all like me, value for money. Nonetheless, this is good value for money. This weekend was extremely expensive. They have a major event, and you couldn't find anything for less than $100, $150 plus taxes plus resort fee. And I'm talking about a bad hotel. So this one, I believe, I'm going to double check, so check what I'm writing on top-buffet.com, because I do go into details there, and quite on top of, you know, I just can't quite remember. I know it's hard to believe, but I can't quite remember how much I paid. It was of course a deal. I always look for the best deals, and we have a page on top-buffet.com where I tell you the websites where you can find a good deal, and I've updated it because there are a couple of good websites now that are not necessarily new websites, but they have good deals. And I think I got this room for around $30 plus resort fee, but really a steal, a bargain, considering that's weekend, and you know, I mean, there was nothing available. And I do want a place that has a gym I will not stay in a hotel that does not have a gym, just because I have, I eat so much doing all these reviews that I do need to exercise in the evening. Okay, I've told you my whole life story. So, okay, the room has this little couch. It's not a bed. It's kind of cute, with a nice old-fashioned picture of what Plaza used to be like. And I'm a little nostalgic. I wasn't around when, these old hotels had their glory, but I'm looking at it and it's like looking at an old black and white movie. There's a little sense of nostalgia. This is a king bed, of course, and it's really, really spacious. It feels like I'm talking to an auditorium. So the TV looks small just because it's a big room. The one thing I don't like, a lot of rooms are connecting. I don't like connecting rooms. I got spoiled at Gold Coast. They do not have connecting rooms. Why do I not like them? Because I don't want to hear what other people are saying. Some of these rooms you can hear when they're talking on the phone, and it's very annoying because I don't want to hear other people's stories. Only if I want to know and I ask for them, okay? So let's just go for the view. Well, the view here is limited because this is the South Tower, and in front of us is the North Tower, and which is the tower. My tower here is where the gym is, and that's my request. Now, if I were in the North Tower, I'll probably go and ask for a mountain view. Can you see the mountain at the end on the horizon? Really lovely, unmissable, and really, yes, I would strongly recommend it. Otherwise, in this tower here, or you've got a view a little bit of Las Vegas Club, another old place. On the other side, of the tower, you would be able to see a little bit of Fremont Street, but it really isn't that. You're not going to be seeing it completely, and only a number of rooms. And nonetheless, as I said, personally, it wasn't a priority for me. But it might be for you, so you might want to ask. There may be a premium price for those rooms. It might well be, but as I say, it wasn't important to me. Okay, so you've got a little desk area here with a nice chair. Semi-ergonomic. I don't know if it's really, really ergonomic. It looks like it. Yes, it's semi-ergonomic. I tried it. So that's kind of nice and comfy. They remind me of the chairs at Mirage. And so, as you can see, it's rather spacious. It looks a little dark because, well, I don't know. It's just the layout. It's quite deep, and there are no real bright lights, but I think it's absolutely fine in terms of the lighting. The bed, okay, the mattress was not really, I don't know, it's either old or it's just not really super pillow top. It's fine, it's kind of on the hard side. I couldn't feel the springs, but it wasn't luxury, it wasn't upscale. Run-of-the-mill, kind of inexpensive type of mattress. And here you go, really. Nothing outstanding, it's nothing special. This is a very inexpensive resort. It always is. And they do offer, as I say, 24-hour gym service, which is great. They have a pool. I'll show you the pool maybe tomorrow. And so, it's downtown with all the pros and cons of being downtown, in downtown Vegas. And for that, we go in detail on top-buffet.com. I always have to stop downtown because it's important to show you this aspect and this option if you want to stay in Vegas. And I know some of you actually really like to stay in downtown Vegas. Personally, I'm a buffet lover, and I find that the buffets in downtown Vegas are very limiting. And once I'm here, all I'm doing is just go somewhere else. And so it wouldn't be necessarily my place if I were to stay in Vegas, except for perhaps visiting Main Street Station for the reasons that I've already explained in other videos and on the website. But if it's your first time, definitely you must come and see downtown Vegas. You may not necessarily want to stay here, but it certainly is a lot less expensive, so bear that in mind. Of course, I'm looking at tennis courts, and the upkeep is what it is. All right, so I suspect that I will not have the most comfortable night, but I know I will be extremely tired. But it is decent enough, and it's spacious enough, and if I'm lucky enough not to have a super noisy neighbor, I will be fine. In terms of bathroom, I want to show you quickly. You have a safe. That's wonderful. There is a safe. It's a very thin safe. It's not one of those big, thick, deep safes, but I mean, there's place for a laptop standing, so I'm very thrilled. I like safes. It's very important, and I just want every single hotel to have one. And because they make you sign that waiver in which, you know, almost it sounds like they're not responsible if your stuff gets stolen, which is kind of worrisome. I never had any bad experiences with one exception, and I talk about it, I think, on the website or in one of my other videos. Okay. Now, this is the fan that's really loud, and this bathroom, this toilet room is quite small, but it's been updated. And it kind of bothers me that there is no, I mean, I've just come from Gold Coast where they have windows, and I really miss that a lot, but this is really quite small, but I guess that's what you have because this is an old, sorry guys, I almost dropped it. An old resort, an old hotel. I'm gonna turn it off because old doors, but they've been painted, you know. But at least, as I say, the pieces, the fixtures have been changed, and it's clean, you know. It's very clean, actually. That's pleasant, and these little touches is relatively modern, right? And it's quite nice. It's quite nice. It's tastefully done. It's a small wardrobe area, really. If you have a lot of stuff, you won't be able to put anything. Tonight I don't think I'll take it out. You've got, you know, your ironing board. Not bad. I think it's great value for money. I don't know, actually, if this works. Let me try. I was thinking about it for a while, but it's now started. It's got a thermostat there, but it isn't one of those, you know, it's a new piece, which is nice. It kind of reminds me of the one that they use at Gold Coast. Only at Gold Coast they have actually installed a nice wall thermostat. Okay, I'm mentioning Gold Coast a lot because it's one of my favorite if I want to go inexpensive. It really is, and I love their free shuttles. If I am on a budget or I want to show you how to travel on a budget, I'm just going to be limited to using the Deuce or the Express in Downtown, the Downtown and Strip Express bus, which I will be using today, which is all very, 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 very good value. But of course, it's not as comfortable as having a hotel shuttle. And the other thing is that taxis seem to have been quite expensive to move around from the Strip to downtown. There is no reason for that because it's not a long trip. They seem to upcharge to give for, you know, there is a surcharge for driving downtown. I don't know if it's a ripoff or it's true, but nonetheless, I have always been a little bit titulant, a little bit unsure about taxis because it really, sometimes I think it's a good price and sometimes I think they are extortionately expensive. And if you can avoid it and you are on a tight budget, you then are much more recommended to use, I recommend that you use the bus, the Deuce or the Express bus. And we talk about that on top-buffet.com. We have a section on Vegas transportation. In terms of prices, I don't like to give you prices because they change all the time and the video is a static event, you know, and if you watch it 3 months from now and prices have gone up, then you may think, oh, you know, I was going by what you said and, you know, I was surprised. So that's why I always say check the website because we write updates there. Or ask us directly, you know. We're always happy to answer you. We might answer you with a little bit of a delay, so give us a little bit of time, but we are endeavoring to answer you as often as we can. So taxis are, you know, are a bit steep. I thought that $20 plus tip, and I had to give him a tip because he helped me with luggage and all that, you know. But usually when there is two of us, or three of us even, we actually rent a car. For me, it's difficult to rent a car and then do all these videos. It's just not very practical. I like to focus on my videos, so I don't like to drive around. But renting a car, if you come downtown, is a really, really good option. And we do have tips on which car rentals to use. There are some good bargains there. But of course, you know, I mean, I know some people just don't want that burden, so to speak. And then you have to navigate where you're parking and blah, blah, blah. But of course, otherwise, if you don't care and you're not on a budget, then you can get a cab and that's it. And you don't have to tip them. If you think that the price is too high, you don't have to tip them. I just did because they helped me with the luggage, and there was one handle that wasn't working very well, so okay, I don't mind. But it's kind of steep. You can't get it. I mean, especially if you say go to 3 or 4 different places in a day, you might actually have to spend $100 in taxi or more. So you have to factor that in. And I think that for those of you who are on a budget, that's really not an option. So get on the Deuce or the Downtown and Strip Express and save yourselves a lot of money. And I'm going to show you where to get on the bus. I've already done so, but you might not be able to see those videos. They're really videos of some time ago, and they're right at the bottom of the list. But check the video list and also go on top-buffet.com for all the updates. Okay, guys, I am now going to have to rush to MGM. See you there. Bye-bye. Actually, guys, I want to correct myself. This is the Plaza. It's Friday night, late, you know, I've been everywhere. And this room is so noisy. It's not really at the back. You know, over there, I don't know if you can see it. Over there would be, yeah, the beginning of the Fremont experience. So you can imagine, we can hear everything, you know. Not as loud as if you were in the North Tower in front facing it, but it's pretty bad. Now, some of you may like it, makes you feel alive. To me, it's like it makes me want to put the TV on, so I did that. And this TV is awful. This is the Plaza, by the way, I had to tell you though. It takes forever to change channel. Literally, you can count to 10 seconds or more, which it's just no good. Now that's for me though. I mean, most of you will be out. If you stay here at Plaza, you'll probably want to spend time on Fremont Street. You don't care if it's noisy because you're going to be outside. You don't care about the TV and if it takes 10 minutes to go from one channel to the other. But I'm just saying these things for those who might be caring about it. Okay, so obviously you get what you pay for. It's really a very inexpensive resort with a 24-hour gym. So there are some great aspects and not so great aspects, but it's a great deal nonetheless, even if it has all these defects. Okay, see you on top-buffet.com. Bye bye.